Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the platform procession.
Defined by constant change. Industries are evolving faster than ever before, shaped by technology, disruption, and a pace that can often feel unpredictable. But throughout his career, Iger has viewed moments of change not simply as challenges, but as opportunities. He encourages young professionals to remain curious, adaptable, and willing to evolve alongside the world around them. For Iger, the most valuable skills transcend any single industry: communication, creativity, critical thinking, and the ability to keep learning. He often says that success begins by becoming a student first, committing to the craft, doing the work, and never losing the desire to improve. And in his experience, some of life's most meaningful opportunities are the ones you never planned for. Throughout decades of leadership, Bob Iger has remained guided by one principle: curiosity. He believes the strongest leaders never assume they have all the answers. Instead, they continue asking questions, listening carefully, and staying open to new perspectives. He credits much of his own growth to the people he's worked alongside throughout his career. And in moments of pressure or uncertainty, he believes curiosity remains one of the most important qualities a leader can possess. For Bob Iger, receiving an honorary degree from Howard University represents recognition from one of the nation's most influential and historic institutions. He views Howard as a place defined by excellence, leadership, and cultural impact that extends far beyond its campus. Throughout a career centered around storytelling, Iger has long believed in the power of perspective, creativity, and human connection. He points to Howard alumni like Chadwick Boseman as examples of the extraordinary talent and character the university continues to cultivate. And for Iger, being recognized by an institution with that legacy is both deeply meaningful and profoundly humbling. Bob Iger believes the future of work will be shaped by rapid technological advancement, especially in the field of artificial intelligence. But even as technology evolves, Iger believes distinctly human qualities will become even more valuable. Throughout his career, he has embraced technology not as something to fear, but as something that can enhance human potential when used thoughtfully. His advice to graduates is to build fluency with emerging technologies, while also investing in the qualities that cannot be automated. And above all, Iger emphasizes the importance of relationships. In a world increasingly driven by automation, he believes the ability to build trust, collaborate with others, and form meaningful human connections will remain irreplaceable.
Leadership matters so much, sometimes when you don't even have the title. So early in my career, when I had, the smallest of jobs and the hardest of jobs, quite honestly, I learned very early on that, sometimes you are not appointed. It is about your expertise on a certain situation. And leadership matters in the terms of how you engage. You step up when you know it's in your sphere, right? And so it's not so much that the title tells you what you need to do, but the leadership is how you treat people, your integrity, your honesty, your dignity, and how you carry the brand that you work for. I accepted the responsibility because I knew of the 2.2 million employees they had at that time, 50% of those employees were people of color. And I knew if I could make one decision, I could affect over 1 million people. That to me was significant impact. And that is what made me make the decision to leave what I was having a great time at Kimberly-Clark in my career. And the first thing I did is I escalated through the company. I came in and eventually was made the CEO of Sam's Club after joining them just for 5 years. I was responsible to look at Sam's Club as a whole. And the first thing I looked at was my HR and compensation position. And I asked them to align my reporting by race and gender. And I noticed inequities. And I just shared it back with HR and just asked the question. And when I asked the question, they said, well, that's interesting. We didn't realize that. And so we were able to immediately provide comparable raises to people of color and minorities by race and gender. And we led the industry, the retail industry, and then Target followed and others followed on race and gender equity in terms of pay and compensation. And the one thing I applaud Walmart about is that they didn't argue the viewpoint. And they took it actually throughout the entire company. Sam's being about $65 billion of the company, they took it across the entire company. Mentors are going to be really important for them when they come into the workplace. But I would love for their mentorship to look a little different. I think it's time for peer mentorship. When you come in and there are other young people coming into the company at the same time, I think that it's time for us to make sure that they bond together, because I think the family feeling that our young students that attend HBCUs, I think they're going to need it a little bit more to talk through what they're feeling, because the resources won't be there. When DEI programs were there were a lot of, programs for them to engage in. But if they've learned anything from attending an HBCU, is to network with peers and above as best you can.
You never know who's looking at you. And when I think about the positions that I've had, someone nominated me for the position of provost. Someone nominated me for the position of Gannon University. And someone nominated me for presidency of University of Detroit Mercy. That's how the invitations came along. So when you're working and you're doing a good job, you're not as conscious of the fact that there are other people who are your cheerleaders and they're looking out for you. And to take advantage of that while you are working at a place is extremely important. It's not that the university is there to be the anchor for the community. It's really the community that makes the university. So in all of the work that I've done, both at Xavier, as well as in Erie, Pennsylvania, at Gannon, and also with University of Detroit, Mercy, I realized that before I could really go out and start recruiting students, I had to work and make sure that the neighborhood was solid. So the businesses, the residents in the neighborhood were extremely important. Prepare yourself well, set realistic goals, and everything will fall in place. But the idea of being prepared well and setting goals, and I set some goals for me because I really wanted to be a professor, and I wanted to, contribute to the literature on education. And administration was not really a part of that. But as I continued to have opportunities both at Xavier and eventually at Howard, the next logical place was to be the president. So when I think about my own career and autobiography, one of which I'm writing with more detail today, I think about the fact that here I was a seminarian at Howard University, became 3 of my 4 universities were Catholic universities, and 2 of them I was the first African-American president. So all of those things and the support that I received from my former professors, as well as people whom I worked with, really helped me to be the president of both Gannon and University of Detroit Mercy. So it's one of those things that takes a lot more than just confidence. You really have to stick to your goals and follow through on them.
Give thanks for the gift of the class of 2026, who by the quality of their scholarship and their unyielding perseverance have earned them the right to be called graduates of Howard University. We come knowing, O God, that they did not reach this milestone alone, and so we come giving thanks for their parents, families, and loved ones, whose prayers, sacrifices, and unwavering support helped to make this day possible. We come giving thanks for the lifelong friendships that were formed and nourished on this campus. We come giving thanks for our outstanding faculty, who you gave the privilege to teach, inspire, and to mentor these amazing students. Giving thanks for the courageous and determined leadership of President Wayne A.I. Frederick, and giving thanks for Chairperson Leslie Hale and our Board of Trustees for their wise stewardship. Oh God, we are mindful of the critical hour in which we are celebrating, a time when there are those who are seeking to take us back to a way of life that is against life, against what is good, against what is right, and what is just. And so we ask, oh God, may this 2026 Howard University commencement be more than a celebration of individual achievement. May it also stand as a testimony of hope, a witness of the resiliency of a people, a declaration of defiance that we have come too far as a people to turn back and surrender what our forebears fought, sacrificed, and died to secure for us. May it be a continuation of a proud legacy that once again from this hallowed ground, Howard University is sending forth graduates prepared to teach, to lead, to invent, to serve, to heal, and to fight for justice in a nation and a world that desperately needs their gifts and talents. Sending forth extraordinary individuals with the audacity to believe that they have been educated and called for such a time as this, determined to live out the words of Benjamin Elijah Mays and seek not greatness, but rather seek to serve. And in serving, you will bump into greatness along the way. Bless now what our eyes will see, our ears will hear, and our hearts will fill as we celebrate the class of 2026. And in your name we pray, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's join together in welcoming the interim president and president emeritus of Howard University, Dr. Wayne A.I. Frederick.
Good morning. Please be seated. Good morning and welcome to the 158th Commencement Convocation of Howard University. It is a joy and privilege to gather here on this historic yard to celebrate the remarkable achievements of the class of 2026. And so let's start right there. Let's give the class of 2026 a loud round of applause. You guys can do a little better than that. A little better than that. I am deeply grateful to be joined today by our Board of Trustees, Cabinet leadership, faculty, staff, our commencement oratrix, our deans, the Honorable Muriel Bowser, who is joined by her mother here today, Ms. Joan Bowser. And let's give her a warm round of applause, welcoming her here. Ms. Bowser, we thank you for giving our city and our nation your daughter. Thank you very much. Our honorary degree recipients and the many family members, friends, and loved ones who have gathered to honor this extraordinary class. Class of 2026, please stand. As we prepare to salute you and place you among the distinguished legacy of our Howard University alumni, I want to take the opportunity to say congratulations to all of you. And we'll give you another warm round of applause as we get going today. All right, you may be seated. I would also like to acknowledge those who have helped make this day possible and our honored guests. So please join me in recognizing the Howard University Board of Trustees. Let's give them a round of applause. We thank you for your stewardship. Our esteemed faculty, if you can stand so that we can recognize you. Thank you for your stewardship of our students. Our dedicated staff and the families, friends, mentors, and supporters who have walked beside these graduates throughout their journey. This celebration certainly belongs to you as well. And as I look out at the class, I see more than students in caps and gowns. I see the dreams of families fulfilled. I see sacrifices made in quiet moments, and I see prayers answered. I see mothers and fathers, grandmothers and grandfathers, siblings, friends, and extended family members whose love and support, both seen and unseen, helped bring these graduates to this moment. With Mother's Day tomorrow, it is especially fitting that we pause to honor all of the mothers who have nurtured, guided, encouraged, and sacrificed for these students along the way. My wife is here in the audience too, and I'm sure my mother is listening somewhere, as well as my about to be 102-year-old grandmother. And so to all of you, I say Happy Mother's Day. And actually today is my wife's birthday as well, so I have to do the double gifting today and tomorrow. And to everyone else who has mothered these graduates, we thank you. Let us please give all of the mothers a warm, warm round of applause again. To the class of 2026, today represents one of life's most significant milestones. For many of you, your journey at Howard University began with a walk of knowledge, that symbolic first step into the intellectual, cultural, and spiritual experience that defines this institution. It was your introduction into the Bison way of life, one of excellence, truth, and service. And today, you return to the yard for this symbolic walk that so many have taken. You have walked through challenges and triumphs, through late nights of study and early mornings of determination, through classroom discussions that stretched your thinking, research that expanded human knowledge, artistic expression that moved culture forward, and service that impacted communities beyond this campus. You have grown not only as scholars, but also as leaders. This is the culmination of sacrifice, of steadfast encouragement, of faith, of resilience, and of a collective belief that each of you was created for a purpose. This commencement is particularly meaningful for me. Many of you arrived here in 2022 at a time when I was preparing to transition from the presidency. I had the distinct privilege of greeting many of you and your families as you arrived at the Mecca, full of promise, full of potential, and ready to begin your Howard journey. And now to return and stand with you, post-pandemic, world still recovering. You have learned how to build community in new ways. You have learned how to navigate uncertainty, and you have learned how to persist, even when the path ahead was not always clear. And yet, you did more than endure. You led. You helped restore the vibrancy of this campus. You reimagined what it means to gather, to organize, to advocate, to serve, and to lead with purpose. You brought energy back to the yard, excellence back into every classroom and laboratory, and a renewed commitment to our shared mission. Your ingenuity has been your hallmark. So today, the university will confer more than 3,100 degrees, each representing a dream realized and a future set into motion. You represent 47 states, plus the District of Columbia, and 42 countries around the world. You are a true reflection of a global community of scholars and leaders. We are also proud that 900 students are from this region, the DMV. This class also reflects the transformative power of access and excellence. 72% of our graduates today are women. And I'm going to get myself in a little trouble. Hopefully, I'll be the last man to give this welcome address as president. And the next time we gather here, a woman will be the first woman to greet you and confer your degrees. "17% of you are first-generation college students, representing families whose lives will be forever changed by your achievement. You are a testament to resilience, sacrifice, and the life-changing power of education. Within this class, the stories remind us that the possibility has no limits. From our youngest graduates, 13 of you are 19 years old. To our most seasoned scholars, I believe 2 of you are 71 years old. I should say 71 years young. So families, you should be immensely proud that these graduates not only earned their degrees, but they have contributed to the continued renewal and strength of this great institution. And they now inherit a legacy they have also helped to advance. So to the class of 2026, as you prepare to leave this place, in a time of a lot of chaos and uncertainty, I am actually extremely optimistic. My mentor, Dr. LaSalle Fall, used to describe hope as the anticipation of tomorrow. And you embody that hope, that anticipation of tomorrow. Because with everything that's going on, I am convinced that you are the solution to everything that ails us in our society today. Let truth guide your leadership. Let service shape your purpose. And let excellence be your calling card of your work. But always remember that regardless of what field you're in, let humanity always remain at the center of your ambitions. The true measure of your success will not only be found in the titles you hold or the accolades you receive. It will be found in the lives you change, the communities you strengthen, and the doors you open for those who are coming after you. And to be quite frank, some of those doors you need to unhinge and throw them away. Class of 2026, we are immensely proud of you. Congratulations again. HU! You know! Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's join together in welcoming the chair of the Howard University Board of Trustees, Miss Leslie D. Hale.
Good morning, Howard University. Good morning. And good morning to the class of 2026. There's nothing truly like a Howard University commencement. Nothing like standing here on the yard, surrounded by history, pride, and promise. This gathering is more than a ceremony. It is a threshold. Today is not merely an ending, it is a commissioning, a moment where preparation yields to responsibility, when promise matures into purpose. And today, that moment belongs to you, the class of 2026. Let me begin by expressing my deep gratitude to our interim president and president emeritus, Dr. Wayne A.I. Frederick. Thank you for your steadfast leadership and your devotion to this university. Your service has been a gift and we are profoundly grateful. To my fellow trustees, our administration, faculty, and staff, thank you for your unwavering commitment to our students and to the mission of this great institution. To the families, loved ones, supporters here today, this achievement belongs equally to you. Your sacrifices, your encouragement, and your faith help carry these graduates to this defining moment. To our honorees, President Brewer, Dr. Garibaldi, Mr. Iger, and the Smallwood family. And to our commencement orator, Washington, D.C.'s Mayor Bowser, we extend a heartfelt thank you. Your presence this weekend and your outstanding leadership serve as a powerful example for our class of 2026. Your achievements and commitment are reminders of the standards of excellence and the service our graduates are called to uphold. And now to our graduates. When you arrived at Howard, you came in pursuit of an education. What you received was far, far more. From your first long walk across this yard to the final walk today at commencement, you inherited a legacy. Howard was founded on a radical conviction that education, placed in the hands of those too often denied it, could shape the conscience of a nation. That conviction has never been confined to classrooms or libraries. It moves along these pathways, and it took root in these very spaces. And today, that inheritance rests squarely in your hands. Your years here have been shaped by your choices. The choices to explore these pathways, the choices to engage in these very spaces, and the choice to fully embrace the opportunities uniquely afforded by this institution. Today, you stand as living proof of what those choices produced. What once seemed distant now stands realized. What once felt aspirational has now been achieved. But let me be clear. This moment, however meaningful, is not the summit for you. It is the transfer of what you have inherited and what you are now called to carry forward. For what you inherited at Howard is not a symbol for display. It is a trust to be upheld. You inherited the courage of those who've come before you, the scholars who pursued truth when it was inconvenient, the leaders who served when they required sacrifice, the graduates who used their voices and presence to widen the arc of opportunities for others. And with that inheritance comes responsibility. Howard has never promised an easy journey. It promised excellence, it promised purpose, and it promised conviction and courage. So today, I offer you this charge. Honor what you have been entrusted with. Carry the promise of Howard into boardrooms and classrooms, courtrooms, and communities. Carry it into spaces where your presence will challenge assumptions and expand what is possible. Answer the call, not simply to succeed, but to lead. Not simply to achieve, but to uplift. Not simply to benefit, but to give back. Because a Howard degree is not merely a credential. It is a calling to advance truth, a calling to serve humanity, a calling to strengthen the world as it is and to imagine the world as it ought to be. Therefore, as you move forward, remember this. The promise of Howard does not conclude today. It endures in your choices. As you join the ranks of generations of Bisons who answer the call to lead. When you answer the call, go forth boldly, go forth grounded in truth and guided by service. Class of 2026, you arrived with promise, and today you depart entrusted with it. Congratulations, and may you step boldly into all the world has for you. Thank you.
Welcome back to the podium, Interim President Frederick, for the presentation of the Oratrix.
Chair Leslie Hale, please present the Oratrix, the Honorable Muriel E. Bowser, Mayor of Washington, the District of Columbia. I welcome everybody to Howard University's campus. And we have heard you. It is my distinct honor to present the Honorable Muriel Elizabeth Bowser, a native of Washington, D.C., whose life has been a testament to the progressive and transformative power of dedicated, principled public service. Your servant leadership in more than 2 decades of elected office has shaped the modern trajectory of the nation's capital and advanced the principles of equity, resilience, and inclusive urban progress. As the first African-American woman in the United States to be elected to 3 consecutive 4-year terms as mayor of a major city, and only the second to hold the office, you have demonstrated an unwavering commitment to community governance and the enduring promise of opportunity for all citizens. As you close out your last term, you leave a valuable legacy that exemplifies principled leadership and reflects not only the transformation of a city, but the elevation of public service as a force for meaningful and lasting change. Muriel Bowser, we are proud to name you a daughter of Howard University in recognition of your distinguished leadership, enduring contributions to public life, and profound impact on the civic and social fabric of the nation's capital and beyond. It is with utmost affection and gratitude that we honor you as the oratrix on the historic occasion of our 158th commencement and confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humanities honoris causa. Congratulations.
Good morning, Howard University. Good morning to the class of 2026. President Frederick, Chairwoman Hale, and members of the Board of Trustees, to the President's Cabinet, Chair Royal, and members of the Faculty Senate, to the Student Association President, esteemed faculty, staff, parents, and loved ones, good morning and congratulations. Dr. Frederick, I was a little nervous when I came here, but I just decided to go for it. And so before I get into my remarks for this august assembly, I learned last night that receiving this esteemed Doctor of Letters made me a bison, and I am proud to accept. And it also means, some may not like it, but it also means when you say HU, I can say, you know. And just so everyone here knows who are privileged to attend this university, who is a part of this university's long tradition of impactful alumni, and whose faculty has helped shape medicine, business, the arts, theology, and political endeavors, I want you to know that the world knows too. The world knows what happens on this hilltop. The world knows that great institutions founded in the best city in the world, born of post-Civil War Freedmen's Bureau, that great institutions, they last, they evolve, they change, they meet the moment, they change the moment, and they lead the moment. Great institutions know that in history, there's history learning and idea exploring and ideology debating. And we know that that debate, perhaps even here, is grasping for air on college campuses. That idea debating across our land is under threat by lawsuits, investigations, and the gutting of the Voting Rights Act. We know that higher education is redefining itself to both meet political moments, but also confront technological ones. We know those will change the way we work, live, and thrive as we, autonomous human beings, are engaging with autonomous machines. And we know that Howard's history and DC's history are inextricably linked. Howard, you were born in 1867, and the formerly enslaved people of Washington were emancipated 5 years earlier, 8 months before Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. DC emancipation turned the capital into a hub for Black freedom, progress, and intellectual life, providing the human and political momentum that buttressed Howard University's founding. Our histories are also linked by our Native sons and daughters who made great contributions to our city and the world, including pioneering surgeon and researcher Dr. Charles Drew and DC Mayor Sharon Pratt and Adrian Fenty, graduates of Thurgood Marshall's and Charles Hamilton Houston's Howard School of Law. Our histories are even linked in today's DC when just a few years ago, a graduating senior, Julene Broomfield, just like you, coined a phrase, "Don't mute DC," that kicked off a movement to fight for the preservation of DC's go-go culture. And now, 159 years from your founding, Howard's job and the charge of its graduates is more important than ever. Yes, to educate Black teachers, ministers, and doctors. And yes, to be a wedge between democracy and autocracy, and the accelerator for Black excellence for more Black people everywhere. That's your charge, class of 2026, and I know you're more than ready for it. It became clear to me this week as I was preparing to stand before you that what's the right word for what we are doing here, for what I'm doing here? Because just like the legacies of Howard University and Washington, D.C. are linked in history, class of 2026, we have something in common too. People have struggled to describe what it means for a mayor to forego another election, another term, another 4 years in power. People have asked me if I'm retiring, resting, or quitting, or running for some other office. And the answer is no, no, and hell no. Just like you, I will be graduating too. This is my commencement too. You'll turn your tassels this morning and I will walk across the stage in January. And just like you, I will walk off the stage without all of the answers, but with the preparation, the scars, and the confidence to meet whatever moments come my way. You spent your 4 years here earning your degree. I spent almost 20 years earning mine. In good times, in unprecedented times of crisis and challenges with real consequences for 700,000 people. You picked a major. You joined the alpha chapters of Divine Nine sororities and fraternities. You got internships. You made lifelong friends, acted in plays, and wrote for the Hilltop. You applied for medical school and law school. In 2024 alone, 300 new teachers were trained here, with 85% going to DC public schools. And over 20 bison have come to work in DC government through our Pathways to Public Service program. I ran for office 6 times in my hometown. I set bold goals like ending family homelessness, creating more affordable housing, more per capita than any place in America. I've built on the progress of our public schools and accelerated Black home ownership, Black business growth, and better opportunities for Black developers to be a part of building our beautiful city. You, graduates, spent the COVID-19 shutdown taking classes on Zoom, social distancing, and some of you missing awkward school dances and field trips to Washington, D.C. I spent those years having to shut down a city to keep people safe. We distributed millions in rent and small business relief. I delivered over 200 hours of public briefings and maintained city services. But we have partners like Howard University, and I want to thank you for that, because Howard University has a $1.2 billion economic impact on the city of Washington. You employ thousands of DC residents, and parents, close your ears. Your students spend $25 million in our city every single year. You students have come from big cities and small towns, from the United States and abroad. Some of you from great privilege, and others just getting by. I'm from right here. My family has been here for generations, and no one cares more about a free DC than me. My father was born at Freedman's Hospital. My father was born at Freedman's Hospital. Hear me well. My mother was born at home in Foggy Bottom. The strictures of Jim Crow Washington tried to stunt their immense intellect, savvy, and ambition, but they persisted. My father had a 40-year career in D.C. public schools, ensuring that children and teachers had heat, clean buildings, and opened on time. My mother is a nurse who served veterans and those with mental illness for most of her career. And she, like you, sat on this yard and graduated from Howard University with a master's in nursing. And while my parents could recount many stories of opportunity denied in this nation's capital, their daughter became mayor. These are the traditions and legacies we inherit today. So, class of 2026, our job is a tremendous one, to honor and build on those legacies. I want to quickly share a few things I learned along the way. Number one, the world will underestimate you. Use it to your advantage. You will be the youngest, the only woman, the only Black person in a room someday. They won't know how the Mecca prepared you. They won't realize that you carry the hopes and dreams of survivors of survivors. They won't know that you are a master code switcher, that you can debate the merits of Meg versus Cardi, or who the real Beyonce is, Beychella or Renaissance, or debate the existential threat of unchecked executive power to a democracy, especially a limited home-rule democracy like ours in the nation's capital. I also learned to be in all rooms. I like showing up where no one expects me, with the Republicans and the Democrats, with the elite and the street, with my fellow moms and Jack and Jill, or hanging out with the fellas over Jack Manhattans. A very successful woman once told me, if you want to spend 5 hours with your CEO, you better learn to play golf. And if you want to be the CEO, you better let that mentor of yours win sometimes. And here's another pro tip. If you are moving into a new town, one of the best ways to meet all the movers and shakers is to join a campaign. Join a campaign for someone you believe in. Volunteer, knock on doors, Sign up at fundraisers and meet and greets. And I promise you, you will meet great people, you will see beautiful homes, and you will change your communities. But don't change who you are when you get there. Here's one that has carried me a long way. Be comfortable being misunderstood. Sometimes you will make decisions your friends and family won't understand. You may decide to go the entrepreneurial direction when they want you to get a 9-to-5. You may decide to get married or never marry. You may decide to have kids, no kids, or adopt like me. You may go corporate or into public service. You may make controversial decisions like painting Black Lives Matter Plaza overnight in front of the White House. You may even make controversial decisions like preserving home rule with a mayor's order that prevented the takeover of your police department. You may walk the high wire without a net, but still be standing on the hilltop. Those not responsible for 700,000 lives will misunderstand. Some will misunderstand on purpose. Some for clout, some for clicks, others for political gain. I say this without hesitation, do it anyway. Like Marion Barry told me months before his death, the most important quality of a leader is courage. Hear me well. Not kamikaze courage, not I'm going to go down fighting courage, but true courage. True courage is a deliberate and strategic choice to face significant risk with a clear-eyed focus on your objective. Fight? Yes. Go down? No. Play your cards? Yes. Throw the dice on home rule? No. Preserve home rule? Yes. Deliver statehood for D.C. with a Democratic House and Democratic Senate and a presidential signature? Yes. Miss the opportunity to make D.C. a state? Never. Sometimes the bold, courageous decision will be misunderstood. Be okay with that. And remember, courage without strategy will miss the mark every single time. And finally, my personal mantras: win by winning, control what you control, and when a window of opportunity opens, get through it and never, ever quit. To win ultimately, to reach a goal, you have to succeed along the way. Every task, every day, every stage of life. Make a plan to win the day. Every day, I firmly believe that I won my first election because I won a straw poll hosted by the Ward 8 Democrats. I won the day, and then I went on to win that race and the two that followed, and delivered on my promises to Ward 8 by investing more than $1 billion in the transformation of the St. Elizabeth's campus in Ward 8, where we delivered the home of the Washington Mystics, a new hospital, hundreds of units of new housing, and an incubator for Ward 8 businesses. And Howard University is winning too. You achieved an R1 research designation, the only HBCU to do so. And it's clear to prospective donors and students that this institution has an outsized impact on law, medicine, public policy, and culture. And that is why Howard is attracting more applicants every single year. That's how Howard brought home more than $300 million in just 5 years from visionaries who are less focused on taking over the world and more focused on making it a better place. Graduates, you will see that the world has macro forces beyond our control that visit our lives every single way in ways seen and unseen. I think many of us couldn't predict it that we'd be at war right now. I didn't predict that we would have a second Trump term. We didn't expect 20,000 of our residents to be laid off from federal jobs. So I implore you to deal with emergencies, balance budgets, retrain our workforce, and never take your eyes off your larger mission. There will be opportunities. There will be windows that open and close. Be ready. Be fast. I don't believe that my father ever told me as a kid that, Muriel, I want you to run for mayor. And in fact, I think maybe it never occurred to him as I was growing up. But now that he is flying with the angels, I wonder if he knew what he was doing all along. It was me and my dad who passed out flyers, went to ANC meetings, attended backyard organizing events, worked precincts, where I learned the building blocks of politics. Then I volunteered on a campaign. My candidate won. We partied hard on U Street to celebrate, and then we got to work. This is what I also implore you graduates, never quit. Wherever I go, people comment, and they call me sometimes the sports mayor, which I never expected from someone like me who really is tall but can never bounce a basketball or make a basketball team. But I am proud to be the mayor that kept our teams, that brought our football team home, and has created jobs, housing, and economic development for DC residents. So sometimes in leadership, you will be called to be patient, to persist, to move in silence while building coalitions of support. And then it's important that you're ready to execute with ferocity. I wasn't able to attract the commanders back home in a week or in a year. It took more like a decade of building relationships, negotiations, and refusing to take no for an answer. And sometimes, graduates, you will win simply because you were the one who never quit. And now, my final words. This might be hard for some of you to hear. And given how much your parents have sacrificed to send you here, it may be hard for them too. Because class of 2026, you went to Howard University. You were unapologetic, and you were chosen. You've been to the Mecca, and that means the standards for you are higher. So I hope that you accept this with love, because all of us sitting on the stage know this. You know a lot, but compared to what you will learn over the course of your life, you know relatively little. And that is not a criticism. It is a challenge. It is an invitation to be curious, to be dogged in uncovering what you don't yet know. You will build careers, grow families, build businesses, keep homes, provide help to aging parents, and along the way, you will learn about yourself and the world. And you will build on the tremendous foundation you earned here at Howard. So with that in mind, class of 2026, we graduate. You from this hilltop, me from City Hall, both of us shaped by the city, both of us carrying forward what we have learned. We know what is possible, and we know that while we have worked hard, we pass the baton, it changes hands, and our job is not finished. You graduate today on the shoulders of giants, men and women who came to Howard and then changed the world. Today is your turn, and the world had better get ready. Congratulations, graduates.
The Howard University Choir will now perform Damon Dandridge's arrangement of I Know I've Been Changed with soloist Trinity Lene Lyons and Dr. Eric O'Poole conducting. The student welcome will be delivered by Mr. Joshua Taylor, who is a Bachelor of Business Administration candidate in the School of Business.
Before I begin, I cannot start without mentioning the lives of Mr. Solomon R.B. Crowder and Dr. Jamisha Iman Relaford. To the families, on behalf of the class of 2026, you are always welcome here at the Mecca. Now, I will admit my heart is pounding right now, so I will please ask the people from my hometown of Houston, give me some love right now, y'all, please. Come on, keep coming, y'all. It's gonna be all right. Good morning to the faculty, staff, family, friends, guests, but most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. My name is Joshua Taylor. I'm a senior supply chain management major from Houston, Texas, and it is my absolute honor to stand before you all today on this absolutely monumental occasion that not too long ago felt very far away. Now, a few days ago, I was watching a really good movie, all right, bear with me here, called Cars 3. It's a good one. I'm telling you, it's a good one. Check it out if you haven't. But there's a really important part in the movie where Cruz Ramirez, who is a young trainer or coach at the time, asked Lightning McQueen, who is essentially one of the greatest racers to ever race, how he knew that he could get out there and race and be great. And his response was very simple. I never thought I couldn't. And so for me, that line is just golden because I feel like a lot of us came to Howard feeling like Cruz Ramirez in the sense that there are so many Lightning McQueens on this campus. See, in her eyes, she was simply Lightning's trainer. Not good enough to actually be on the track, but still close enough to watch everybody else be great. But that wasn't her actual reality, and that's not ours either. Class of 2026, Howard has grown us in so many different ways. We're smarter, we're wiser, we're better, much better. No Marvin Sapp? No? Nobody? Maybe I'll deliver it better next time, but we're a lot better. But I think the biggest thing that Howard University has done for us is expand our thinking. See, a lot of us came here wondering whether or not Howard is even the right school for us or whether we belong here. How we're gonna get this internship we want, or how we're gonna get this position we want, or how we're expected to make any sort of significant impact on this campus when it seems like everybody here is already the greatest and the best at whatever it is they're doing. Howard's an amazing school full of a lot of amazing people, and with that, it's very easy to feel like a tiny tadpole in a very big ocean at times. But somehow, some way, not only did we survive, but we've thrived. And that's evidenced by the fact that we're gathered here today. And that rhymes. It does. As I look across the yard, I not only see the faces, but I know the names of so many impactful leaders who have led me and impacted me in my 4 years. I see you, Brooklyn Tucker. I see you, Carson Smith. I see you, Ashton Brown, Zoe Cummings, Jaden DeCure, and everybody sitting next to you is America's next best doctors, lawyers, rappers, artists, procurement specialists, word to my major, everything. And a lot of these people, at one point, they questioned themselves too. But what they learned and what we've now learned is that Howard has taught us not to watch from the sidelines. We belong in all of these spaces. There isn't a room that exists that we can't operate and excel in, not an award too prestigious or a stage too big or a job too highly coveted that we don't deserve to pursue. And that's not arrogant speaking, I promise you. That is the result of excellence and people being surrounded around me that have forced me and pushed me to think and be bigger. When we leave this place, the world is going to try and put us in whatever box they think that we fit in. They're going to tell us that we don't belong, that we're not smart enough, we're not good enough. They'll try and limit our capabilities, but Howard has taught us not to limit ourselves. By the end of Cars 3, Cruz Ramirez realized exactly what I'm telling you all here today. That she was never simply meant to just watch excellence. She herself was excellence. And class of 2026, so are we. Thank you, and go Houston Rockets.
As President Frederick returns to the podium, we will now confer the degrees honoris causa.
Well done. Well done. I'm proud of you. He told me he was going to bring it. I think he bought it from H-Town. I thought he was going to start by saying, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is... All right. Trustee DePelcher Magruder, please present President Rosalind Gates Brewer. Rosalind Gates Brewer, for more than 4 decades, you have ascended through the ranks of American enterprise, earning a series of historic firsts. As Board of Trustees, Chair Emeritus, and Interim President of your alma mater, Spelman College, you continue to lead, nurture, and inspire the next generation of women who will redraw the boundaries of the future possibilities. You are a gifted leader, a preeminent, groundbreaking, and influential corporate executive, creative visionary, humanitarian, and transformative leader. Your career reflects operational mastery and an unwavering commitment to excellence. Your servant leadership has reshaped industries, strengthened institutions, and permanently expanded the boundaries of corporate governance and academic and executive achievement. Your influence has continued to extend beyond the balance sheet as you use your platform with purpose and grace. Rosalind Brewer, in recognition of your pioneering leadership across multiple industries, steadfast advocacy for equity and opportunity, distinguished service to higher education, business, governance, and society, we proudly name you a daughter of Howard University. You have helped to redefine leadership in the modern corporate era, making you a supreme exemplar to be emulated. We commend and applaud your enduring demonstration of excellence and integrity as not merely compatible, but as inseparable for maximum achievement. It is with utmost respect and affection that we honor you on this historic occasion of our 158th commencement and confer upon you the degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa. Congratulations. Dr. Brewer is the second sitting Spelman president to receive an honorary degree here at Howard University. Let's give our Spelman Knights a round of applause. Trustee Chris Dyson, please present Antoine M. Garibaldi. Dr. Antoine M. Garibaldi, we salute you as a triumphant trailblazer, innovative administrator, quintessential educator and scholar, creative philanthropist, and compassionate humanitarian. Your phenomenal career of nearly half a century has been defined by a consistent, powerful pattern of visionary leadership, marked by historic firsts in higher education, leadership, and scholarship. With an amazing career marked not only by vision, but by the ability to secure the resources necessary to realize that vision. You have demonstrated exceptional effectiveness in fundraising and winning major grants across disciplines and institutions, translating aspiration into advancement. Your capacity to align strategic priorities with philanthropic and grant support has enabled transformation, a growth in academia, infrastructure, and student success with increased endowment, enrollment, retention, and graduation rates nationwide. Today, we are especially proud to celebrate your preeminent contributions to Howard, your alma mater. As our first provost and chief academic officer, you created and introduced an evolutionary model of excellence, solidifying and expanding a legacy inscribed at the university's founding in 1867. We stand in awe of your incomparable legacy that continues to uplift generations across America and the globe. It is with heartfelt gratitude and deep abiding love and respect that we honor you on this historic occasion of our 158th commencement and proudly confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Congratulations. I'm going to have a class on hooding next year. Sign up for Hooding 101 with Frederick Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 a.m. Vice Chair Mark Mason, please present Robert A. Iger. Robert Allen Iger, entertainment, media mogul, and creative visionary extraordinaire, the magnitude of your awe-inspiring life and career stands as a beacon of inspiration to all those who have reached for the stars. Your majestic rise through the ranks to become chairman and CEO of the Walt Disney Company for 2 decades led to the unprecedented achievement that not only transformed a single corporation, but ultimately redefined how stories are created, distributed, and experienced around the world. As one of the most influential industry leaders of the modern era, your disciplined, imaginative approach to storytelling, strategic growth, and global enterprise has reshaped the entire landscape of the entertainment business, with a sustained capacity to align creative vision with operational excellence and long-term value creation. Robert Iger, we are proud to name you a son of Howard University, and I will take the opportunity to mention that you were one of the key factors in Chadwick Boseman and the Black Panther coming to life, and for that we will always be grateful. In recognition of your exemplary leadership, unwavering belief in the power of imagination, mastery of negotiation, diplomacy, and global strategy, and ethical stewardship of intellectual property and creative enterprise, we applaud you for a lifetime of work that is a testament of storytelling as a public trust that shapes societies, inspires generations, and expands the possibilities of the human spirit. So it is with utmost respect and affection that we honor you on the historic occasion of our 158th commencement and confer upon you the degree Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. Congratulations. Excellent. All right. Mark Mason took the class last semester. B-, but he passed. We give him B-. Trustee Michelle Higgins, please present Mr. Robert Clements Sr., a member of the family who will honorably receive the posthumous degree for the late Reverend Richard Smallwood. The Reverend Richard Smallwood, brilliant and beloved man of God, was a gifted visionary musician, prolific composer and arranger, phenomenal teacher, author, and compassionate humanitarian, whose lyrics and harmonies will ring throughout the universe with joy, reverence, and love for all eternity. His lifelong devotion to creativity from November 30th, 1948 to December 30th, 2025, left an indelible, perpetual imprint on the soul of America and around the world, He lives on through the amazing body of work he composed that reshaped the global soundscape of worship, and his language of the Spirit will continue to echo in sanctuaries, concert halls, and human hearts for generations to come. A proud graduate of the Howard University Fine Arts program, Richard was a member of Howard's first gospel group, the Celestials, and a founding member of the Howard University Gospel Choir in 1969. The Celestials made history as the first gospel group to perform at the Montreux Jazz Festival in Switzerland in 1973, where he experienced the universal reach of his music. A scholar of faith and a servant leader at heart, Richard Smallwood returned to Howard in 2004 to earn his Master of Divinity degree with honors and was ordained in the same year. A true gentle giant, his incredible talents and renown never overshadowed his kindness, and he was lovingly known for his warmth, humility, and vibrant spirit. Howard University proudly remembers and honors the life and legacy of the Reverend Richard Lee Smallwood and his extraordinary gifts and contributions to music, ministry, culture, and the global language of sacred praise. It is with profound respect and adoration that we award the degree Doctor of Music, honoris causa, posthumously on the historic occasion of our 158th commencement. Congratulations. You know, last night when we were at the dinner, his brother said that he could not sing like Smallwood, and I told him, amen.
The Howard University Choir will perform a selection that is arranged by Donald Lawrence, Jehovah Sabaoth, God of Angel Armies, with Trinity Deshaun Colbert as soloist and conducted by Dr. Poole.
I shall not fear the arrow by day, nor shall I fear the terror by night. The God who governs, angel
And now, the conferring of degrees in course by Interim President Frederick, Interim Provost Dawn Williams, and the deans of our 14 schools and colleges.
All right, the sun came out just in time. This is why we're here. So we're going to free the class of 2026. Let's free the class of 2026. Amen.
In the graduate school, the candidates will be presented by Dr. Dana Williams, Dean.
Will the candidates for graduate certificates and master's degrees in the graduate school please stand? Mr. President, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the graduate school, I have the honor to receive the graduate certificate in college and university preparation, the graduate certificate in international studies, the graduate certificate in computer security, the graduate certificate in women's studies, and the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Computer Science, Master of Engineering, Master of Public Health, and Master of Science.
Candidates for the graduate certificate in college and university faculty preparation, graduate certificate in international studies, graduate certificate in computer security, graduate certificate in women's studies, and the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Computer Science, Master of Engineering, Master of Public Health, and Master of Science. Upon recommendation of the Dean and faculty, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Howard University, I do now confer upon you your degree and certificate with all the rights, privileges, and duties pertaining thereto. I direct that you be invested with the hood appropriate to this degree. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. The candidates will be presented by Dr. Dana Williams, Dean.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy please stand? Mr. President, upon recommendation of the faculty in the graduate school, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
Candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, upon recommendation of the Dean and faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Howard University, I do now confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. With all the rights, privileges, and duties pertaining thereto, I direct that you be invested with the hood appropriate to this degree. Congratulations.
Will the graduates of the Doctor of Philosophy degree please come forward to receive your diplomas?
The late Jamisha Iman Rellerford. Uraba Edu Apau. Theon Gruber. Dawit Mulune. Kyra Amaker. Ayana Nadira Woodbury. Lillian A. Agosto Maldonado. Marlene Dumsa Edmond. Avery Lee Allen. Sarah Breifogel. Viola Torkonu. Manis Burtel. Devin Lee Brown. Johnny Will Carter Jr. Utsab Kakurel. Prazel Michaels. Selena Cuffy. Brianna Johnson. Alexia Monique Kilgore. Tosin Kolajo Benegeshin. Haifa Shami Al-Zahri. Vincent Dion Phillips Cobb. Tanisha Luster. Christian Black. Robert E. Coleman, Jr. Abigail Oluwabunmi Oyekola. Mojumdar, hi there. Gloria Molla. Daad Arwili. Randy Bumpers. Alexis C. Dotson. Walter Chavaris Servants. Melissa Joy Marie Tucker.
My middle initial is Miss Isaiah T. as in Tom Lucas.
Isaiah T. Lucas. Britt Spears Rhymes. Jessica Ophelia Stamp. Alexis Charisse Ann Laster. Kiana M. Stewart. Ingrid Sturgis. S. Divine Sankofa. Heladzura Banu. Jennifer Megan Umbles Hayes. Philip Michael Warfield. Gigi Davis. Kendra Middleton. Chantal Havery Graham Hyatt. Kafilat Agbaje. Heather Noriega. Emmanuel Kingsley Wood. Augustine Achu. Mohamedou Mustafa Hoyek. Anirban Goswami. Brianna Beard. Whitney Bianca Larkin Bonds. Troy A. Kearse Jr. Crystal Nicole Johnson. Jamar Nash. Davinte Panel. Erica Edith Clark. Chioma Kalia Sarai Tate. Devin Elizabeth Brown. Melanice Wesley. Arsene Frederick Jr. Sally Akomabia Viana. Cecily A. Duffy.
In the College of Arts and Sciences, the candidates will be presented by Dr. Ruben Patterson, Dean.
Will the candidates from the divisions of Humanities, Social Sciences, and Natural Sciences for degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences please stand? Mr. President, upon recommendation of the faculty of the College of Arts and Sciences, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science.
Candidates from the divisions of Humanities, Social Sciences, and Natural Sciences in the College of Arts and Sciences for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science. Upon recommendation of the Dean and faculty, and by virtue of the authority invested in me by the Board of Trustees for Howard University, I do now confer upon you your degree. With all the rights, privileges, and duties pertaining thereto, I direct that you be invested with the hood appropriate to this degree. Congratulations.
You may be seated. In the College of Engineering and Architecture, the candidates will be presented by Dr. Kimberly Jones, Dean.
Will the candidates for degrees from the College of Engineering and Architecture please stand? Mr. President, upon recommendation of the faculty of the College of Engineering and Architecture, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive the degree of Master of Architecture and the degrees of Bachelor of Science in Architecture and Design Studies, Chemical Engineering, Civil Engineering, Computer Engineering, Computer Science, Electrical Engineering, and Mechanical Engineering.
Candidates for the degrees of Master of Architecture, the degrees degrees of Bachelor of Science in Architecture and Design Studies, Chemical Engineering, Civil Engineering, Computer Science, Electrical Engineering, and Mechanical Engineering. Upon recommendation of the Dean and faculty, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Howard University, I do now confer upon you your degree. With all the rights, privileges, and duties pertaining thereto, I direct that you be invested with the hood appropriate to this degree. Congratulations.
You may be seated. In the School of Business, the candidates will be presented by Dr. Anthony Wilbon, Dean.
Will the candidates for degrees from the School of Business please stand? Mr. President, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Business, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive the degrees of Bachelor of Business Administration in Accounting, Computer Information Systems, Finance, Insurance, International Business, Management, Marketing, Supply Chain Management, and Master of Business Administration, Master of Accountancy, Master of Finance, and Executive Master of Business Administration.
Candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Business Administration and Accounting, Computer Information Systems, Finance, Insurance, International Business Management, Marketing, Supply Chain Management, and Master of Business Administration, Master of Accountancy, Master of Finance, and Executive Master of Business Administration. Upon recommendation of the Dean and faculty, and that includes you, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Howard University, I do now confer upon you your degree with all the rights, privileges, and duties pertaining thereto. I direct that you be invested with the hood appropriate to this degree. Congratulations. All right, congrats. Congrats. Ain't you? Come on, School of B, you can do better. You can sit.
In the Kathy Hughes School of Communications, the candidates will be presented by Dr. Kimberly Moffitt, Dean.
Will the candidates for the degrees from the Kathy Hughes School of Communications please stand? Mr. President, upon recommendation of the faculty of the Kathy Hughes School of Communications, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Master of Fine Arts in Film.
Candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Masters of Fine Arts in Film, upon recommendation of the Dean and faculty, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Howard University, I do now confer upon your degree. With all the rights, privileges, and duties pertaining thereto, I direct that you be invested with the hood appropriate to this degree. Congratulations.
Graduates, you may be seated. In the School of Education, the candidates will be presented by Dr. Scott Dantley, Interim Dean.
Will the candidates for the degrees from the School of Education please stand? Okay. Mr. President, upon recommendation of the faculty of the School of Education, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive the degrees of Bachelor of Science, Master of Education, and Doctorate of Education.
Candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science, Master of Education, and Doctor of Education, upon recommendation of the Dean and faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Howard University, I do now confer upon you your degree and certificate. With all the rights, privileges, and duties pertaining thereto, I direct that you be invested with the hood appropriate to this degree. Congratulations.
IB. Ibrahim.
Graduates, you may be seated. In the Chadwick Boseman College of Fine Arts, the candidates will be presented by Dr. Raquel Monroe, Dean.
Will the candidates from the Chadwick A. Boseman College of Fine please stand? Mr. President, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Fine Arts, I have the honor and extreme privilege to present these candidates who have completed all requirements of their degrees and are deemed worthy of this distinction to receive the Bachelor of Fine Arts, the Bachelor of Music, Master of Fine Arts, and Master of Music.
Candidates from the College of Fine Arts for the degrees of Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, Master of Fine Arts, and Master of Music. Let me start it over. This wasn't written correctly. I apologize. Candidates from the Chadwick Boseman College of Fine Arts for the degrees of Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, Master of Fine Arts, and Master of Music, upon recommendation of the Dean and faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Howard University, I do now confer upon you your degree. With all the rights, privileges, and duties pertaining thereto, I direct that you be invested with the hood appropriate to this degree. Congratulations.
In the College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences, the candidates will be presented by Dr. Felicia Banks, Interim Dean.
Will the candidates for the degree from the Division of Nursing in the College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences please stand? Mr. President, upon recommendation of the faculty in the Division of Nursing, College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive the degree of Bachelors of Nursing and Masters of Science in Nursing.
Candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science in Nursing and Master of Science in Nursing, upon recommendation of the Dean and faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Howard University, I do now confer upon you your degrees. With all the rights, privileges, and duties pertaining thereto, I direct that you be invested with the hood appropriate to this degree. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the degree from the Division of Allied Health Sciences in the College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences please stand? Mr. President, upon recommendation of the faculty from the Division of Allied Health Sciences in the College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences, we'd like to present to you candidates to receive the degree of Bachelors of Science in Clinical Laboratory Sciences, Bachelors of Science in Health Management, Bachelors of Science in Health Sciences, Bachelors of Science in Nutritional Sciences, Bachelors of Science in Radiation Therapy, Masters of Health Administration, Masters of Science in Physician Assistant Studies, and Doctor of Occupational Therapy.
Candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science in Clinical Laboratory Science, Bachelor of Science in Health Sciences, Bachelor of Science in Nutritional Sciences, and Bachelor of Science in Radiation Therapy, Master of Science in Nutritional Sciences, Doctor of Occupational Therapy, and Doctor of Physical Therapy, upon recommendation of the Dean and faculty and by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Howard University, I do now confer upon you your degree and certificate. With all the rights, privileges, and duties pertaining thereto, I direct that you be invested with the hood appropriate to this degree. Congratulations.
Graduates, you may be seated. In the College of Medicine, the candidates will be presented by Dr. Deborah Ford, Senior Associate Dean. Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine from the College of Medicine please stand? Mr. President, upon recommendation from the faculty of the College of Medicine, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive the degree of Doctor of Medicine.
Upon recommendation of the Dean and faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Howard University, I do now confer upon you your degree. With all the rights, privileges, and duties pertaining thereto, I direct that you be invested with the hood appropriate to this degree. Congratulations.
In the College of Dentistry, the candidates will be presented by Dr. Andrea Jackson, Dean.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Dental Surgery from the College of Dentistry please stand? Mr. President, upon recommendation of the faculty of the College of Dentistry, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive the degree of Doctor of Dental Surgery.
Candidates for the degree of Doctor of Dental Surgery, upon recommendation of the Dean and faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Howard University, I do now confer upon you your degree. With all the rights, privileges, and duties pertaining thereto, I direct that you be invested with the hood appropriate to the degree. Congratulations.
In the College of Pharmacy, the candidates will be presented by Dr. Ranti Akiyode, Dean.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Pharmacy in the College of Pharmacy please stand? Mr. President, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Pharmacy, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive the degree of Doctor of Pharmacy.
Candidates for the degree of Doctor of Pharmacy, upon recommendation of the Dean and faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Howard University, I do now confer upon you your degree. With all the rights, privileges, and duties pertaining thereto, I direct that you be invested with the hood appropriate to this degree. Congratulations.
In the School of Law, the candidates will be presented by Roger Fairfax, Esquire, Dean.
Will the candidates for the degrees from the School of Law please stand if you are able? Mr. President, upon recommendation of the faculty of the School of Law, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive the degrees of Juris Doctor, Master of Business Administration, and Master of Laws.
All right. And Dean Fairfax, we share our love with you. Candidates for the degrees of Juris Doctor, Master of Business Administration, and Master of Laws. Upon recommendation of the Dean and faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Howard University, I do now confer upon you your degree. With all the rights, privileges, and duties pertaining thereto, I direct that you be invested with the hood appropriate to this degree. Congratulations.
In the School of Divinity, the candidates will be presented by Dr. Kenyatta Gilbert, Dean.
Will the candidates for degrees from the School of Divinity please stand? Mr. President, upon recommendation of the faculty of the School of Divinity, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive the degrees of Master of Divinity, Master of Divinity Social Work, Master of Arts in Religious Studies, and Doctor of Ministry.
Candidates for the degrees of Master of Divinity, Master of Social Work, Master of Arts in Religious Studies, and Doctor of Ministry. Upon recommendation of the Dean and faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Howard University, I do now confer upon you your degree. With all the rights, privileges, and duties pertaining thereto, I direct that you be vested with a hood appropriate to this degree. Congratulations.
And in the School of Social Work, the candidates will be presented by Dr. Shira Jennings, Dean. Will the candidates for degrees from the School of Social Work please stand? Mr. President, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Social Work, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive the degree of Master of Social Work, Master of Public Health, Master of Social Work, Master of Divinity, and Master of Social Work, Master of Business Administration.
Candidates for the degree of Master of Social Work, Master of Public Health, Master of Social Work, Master of Divinity, and Master of Social Work, Master of Business Administration. Upon recommendation of the Dean and faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Howard University, I do now confer upon you your degree. With all the rights, privileges, and duties pertaining thereto, I direct that you be vested with the hood appropriate to these degrees. Congratulations.
As our newest graduates, please welcome Dr. Candace Harris, the president of the Howard University Alumni Association, for the induction into the Howard University Alumni Association, Incorporated.
Hey, alumni. All right now, take a moment. Take it all in. Breathe. Look around. Look at your neighboring classmates and say, "We made it." As a triple graduate, trust me, I understand. And that may have been a humble brag, yeah, I heard you. Not so humble, but I'm a bison, and so there's that. You are in an elite class, matriculating at the premier institution that is historically at the core of so many things in this world and in this country that is just. There is nothing humble about being a Howard graduate. And the audacity that we call excellence follows us in our endeavors. And many love us and hate us for our audaciousness. And there will be haters. There will be people who misunderstand your confidence, who will question your credentials, who are uncomfortable with your excellence. But baby, let them be. Because what they call audacity, we call alignment. Alignment with the generations before us who dared to demand more. Bison, we are living in a time, a very interesting time. While you have been focused on your studies and building on the legacy of truth and service, there has been a sinister focus on taking us back to a time of inequity and instability. But this is not a time to be humble. Use what you have learned at Howard University. You have been cloaked in something far greater than a degree. You have been equipped with courage, clarity, conviction. You have been trained not just to enter the world, but to challenge it. And Gen Z, ooh, y'all was just cutting up, but I digress. You will walk into rooms that were not built with you in mind, but don't shrink, shift them. You will encounter systems that will feel immovable, but don't just navigate them, reimagine them. That's the Howard way. But let's just be clear. Howard University has never been a place. It is a force. It is a proving ground. The world does not just need more graduates. It needs more Bison. So as you go forward and build, bring others with you. Lead, but also listen. Win, but also give back. And speaking of giving back, shameless ask, as an alum, it is expected that you will give of your treasure and your time, as alma mater has given to you. I'm going to say that again. You are expected to give of your treasure and your time as alma mater has given to you. Oh, and follow us on IG at the HUAA. 2 weeks ago, HUAA cleared over 101 student balances to finish Bison strong. That helped with eliminating the last financial barriers for those students' well-earned degree. Will those students and any student who has ever received a Howard University Alumni Scholarship please stand? Y'all see that? Every dollar counts. So please give to the Howard University Alumni Scholarship Fund. Now, before I close, I need you all to stand. Graduates, all please stand. Please turn to your classmate and tell them, I'm proud of you. This journey was not easy, and you didn't just make it, you earned it. Welcome to the Howard University Alumni Association. HU! Congratulations, Bison.
Graduates, please welcome to the podium Mr. Eugene Peterson, class of 1976, who will pass the torch of excellence. He will be joined by Mr. Karan McIntosh, who will accept the torch on behalf of the class of 2026 and lead our graduates through a Howard University tradition, the graduating pledge.
And while they're coming, I'd like to take this opportunity to ask the 50th reunion class of 1976 to please stand so that we can acknowledge you. These are the graduating class of 1976.
On behalf of all the classes of 1976, we pass this torch of excellence on to the class of 2026. Class of 1976, you may be seated. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Can the class of 2026 please stand? I am going to read line by line, and you guys are going to repeat after me. I am a graduate of Howard University. I am a bearer of the flame of a Howard University education that has brought light to many generations. It is through the indelible love and support of my family and the courage and sacrifices of my ancestors that I am here today. I accept this historic trust of their gifts and pledge to lift others who come after me. Howard University is my home, no matter how far I travel from her. No matter how long I am absent from her, Howard University is always here for me. I am defined by the privilege of a Howard University education. I cannot fail in life, leadership, service, and the search for truth. I'm sorry. And right will light my way. My potential contributions to humankind are unlimited. And I will give them freely and in abundance. I am a Howard University graduate. The opportunity of the Howard University experience has conveyed me to a responsibility to assure the strength of this great university. It is only through my support that the capstone can remain strong and focused. I pledge support and understand that it is not a matter of choice, but one of responsibility. I will never forget that responsibility. I am a graduate of Howard University.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome President Frederick to the podium to share his closing remarks on this momentous occasion.
As part of our tradition, we take this time. You guys can sit for one last time. I want to just recognize a few distinguished individuals who are with us. Let me first start with Chairwoman Leslie Hale from the Board of Trustees. Thank you for your service. The entire Board of Trustees, let's give them a round of applause if you guys can stand so that we can recognize you. My cabinet and all the deans are here. If you guys can stand. Thanks for your service and your work. We appreciate you. I'm going to single out Dean Bernard Richardson from the Andrew Rankin Memorial Chapel. My. Dr. Chris Royal, Chair of the Howard University Faculty Senate. Ms. Erica Marbury from the President of the Howard University Staff Organization is here with us as well. You heard from Dr. Harris earlier, the president of the Howard University Alumni Association. Let's give her a round of applause. And Dr. Clint Walker, the president of the Association of Howard University Retirees, is here with us as well. Ms. Nasser Ware, president of the Howard University Student Association, is here with us. Ms. Lauren Taylor, chair of the Graduate Student Assembly. Let's give her a round of applause. And let's give another round of applause again for this year's honorary degree recipients, Dr. Rosalind Brewer, Dr. Antoine Garibaldi, and Dr. Robert Iger. Let's give them a round of applause. The family of Dr. Richard Smallwood. Let's give them a round of applause for joining us. Our oratrix, the Honorable Mayor Bowser. Let's give her a round of applause. Our members of our distinguished faculty, if you can stand so we can recognize you. Thank you for your service. We have many members of the staff who put this together, so let's give the staff in general at Howard University here a round of applause. Under direction of Dr. Eric Poole, I'd like to give the University Concert Band a round of applause. I thought they did an excellent job again. Thank you. And Director of Bands, Mr. Chancellor Mills. Let's give him a round of applause. And last but certainly not least, the graduating class of 2026. Let's give them another big round of applause. Congratulations. I urge you to go forth with the confidence, compassion, and conviction that define an era of Howard University. So congratulations again, and to everyone in our Howard community, I wish you a joyful and safe summer. HU!
Please join us for the singing of the alma mater and remain standing for the benediction to be delivered by the Dean of the Andrew Rankin Memorial Chapel, the Reverend Dr. Bernard L. Richardson. Following the benediction, please remain standing for the recessional. Dean Richardson.
And now I said to the one who stood at the gate, give me a light that I may go out into the darkness and into the unknown. And she replied to me, go out into the darkness, go out into the unknown. But put your hand in the hand of God, and God shall be for you better than light and much safer than a known way. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and give you peace, both now and forevermore. Amen.
We are Washington, D.C. Our D.C. values run deep through each of us, whether we were born here or adopted this city as our home.
We've been with the people of the District of Columbia my entire life. I was born without representation, but I will not die without representation in that house.
D.C. residents sent me here, so I go in the rooms that they don't go into, they don't want to go into, and they don't have to go into, because I go into those rooms. They know what my North Star is, and that is protecting home rule at every step.
Kind of looking around the room, and I count 2 people who were elected to represent us, me and Congresswoman Norton. And the last time I checked, most people here think that government closest to the people is the best government for the people. And so that's why it doesn't make sense for anybody from around the country to purport to care more about our issues than we do. We've been at the statehood fight with Republicans in control and with Democrats in control, with all 3 houses and with no houses. We've still been fighting for statehood. Some people in America don't realize that we actually don't have senators right now in the debate about D.C. Some people don't realize that we're in the shadow of the Capitol, that we are taxed just like they are, that we go to war just like they do, but we don't have a vote. For 158 years, the students, professors, and alumni of Howard University have demanded a stronger democracy and a more perfect union. In every aspect of society, in the law, education, medicine, national politics, local politics, you have pushed us to be a better and stronger America.
No matter where I go in the country or in the world, there are few things that everybody knows about Washington, D.C., and one of them is that it is the home of the Mecca. My mother is a Howard graduate, a very proud master's prepared nurse from Howard. The city regards Howard as an important part of its DNA.
When people ask me what I want to be remembered for, it comes down to this: a relentless commitment to a fair shot for every single DC resident, period.
15 BMW we've already mentioned, but Peter Greedy, who's at the wheel now of number 51, had already done 4 laps before coming in to do the stop. So it wasn't a scheduled stop for them.
The other question is, we believe 15 potentially a big winner here. Who's the biggest loser? And I'm struggling to avoid a conclusion that might be the 20, because this negates the advantage they've had.
Well, on the number 12 Cadillac, it's whoever had just stopped under full racing conditions. They are the biggest losers from that. They spent the most time stationary in the pits while others were circulating flat out.
I was wondering what we were seeing a replay of there when all the tyres went on. Toyota just making the lollipop man for the number 50 Ferrari. Here it is, just making sure he was out of the way.
That looked clean.
Yep.
Remember, if you're not used to following the FIA World Endurance Championship, getting rid of that wheel is done really for 94 in terms of a competitive proposition at the very least. Safety car, full safety car will follow the virtual safety car. Pits are open for at least 2 laps, allow everybody to pit if they wish to do so. But what a rotten luck for Peugeot here. We'll see it again.
So the GT gets on the marbles, and that's what spins the car around, or half spins it.
Apologies, it was a Toyota, not a Ferrari. I think I said Ferrari a little earlier. It was the Toyota. Yeah, just in traffic. There you go.
The dust coming off of the Mercedes tells the story of the lack of grip it had from going around the outside. And the reason he was going around the outside is because he's getting overtaken by cars on the inside. The Toyota puts him offline, and nowhere that Jakobsen can do it. I know he feels bitterly sorry for the team for crashing the car, but like the team said to him, it's really not your fault. We've seen it on screen.
Well, there was literally nowhere to go.
No.
The classic rule of thumb in the old days was always aim for the spinning car, but he was too close. There was no way he was going to miss it if he kept going straight.
And he knows.
Teo Porcher, I mean, yeah. Sometimes it's your day, and it felt like it was. Iron Link's team don't feel like it was their day either. And again, wasn't actually a driver making a major error. Now, the irony might be, were those the tyres that he went out and flat spotted in qualifying? I don't know, but
we didn't get to that.
No,
we didn't have to get to that story, unfortunately, but that was something else that would potentially go against the car number 94 today.
We might be able to see if the Michelin data has updated. No, it hadn't by that stage. He was on his outlap. So, okay, so reset. We're behind virtual safety car. We go to a full safety car condition, at which stage the pit lane will be closed, but almost everybody who had the option to will have been able to stop. So the number 20 BMW leads from sentences you didn't expect to say today, the number 8 Toyota, and then the number 35 Alpine. Is this going to give Sebastian Buemi a shot at this one? Oh, in comes the number 20 BMW. Now that's a surprise. They're going to come in and do a short stop to brim the tanks of the number 20 BMW.
He had only done 13 laps in this stint, so they're taking the opportunity for a free half pit stop, really, of fuel.
All right, Malte Jakobsen in the 94 Peugeot garage. Let's catch up with him now.
Malte, feeling very sorry for you. We saw what happened, but can you explain to us what actually, how it felt in the car, what really happened for you?
First, I want to apologize to the team and everybody here. It's very, very disappointing because you're actually in a pretty strong position going into the last couple of hours of the race. But I mean, we saw yesterday in qualifying, I made a massive mistake on cold tires already. Now again today, another one. Those cars are very, very difficult to drive, and then a combination of the gravel, which you had from the inside of turn 5, which was all over the place, and the GT car spinning in front of me, and obviously rejoining just in front, but I'm not blaming him either because the car was out of control and he had lost it completely. But me being on the cold tires, I really struggled as well to avoid him. And you can see you're lacking sharpness on the front compared to if you had the hotter tires.
Malte, I don't think you can blame yourself. You cannot. You could not avoid this situation. You have to make sure that we all saw that.
Yeah, I know. It's but always in hindsight, it's the outlap. There was no pressure from behind, so you can always back off a little bit, and if you lose 1-2 seconds, it doesn't matter. But the problem is, with the tires and these cars, they're very, very hard to drive.